is Victoria Petty. I'm the president of the Howard University chapter of Engineers Without Borders. We are the only HBCU chapter in the nation. We have 2 current projects open, one in Kenya and one in El Salvador. The way that we fit into Howard Engineering School is that we are the beacon for our school's motto, which is truth and service. So our organization is exemplifying everything that our school stands for in terms of science and technology, as well as giving back to the community, international and domestic.
I joined EWB because it was different from other organizations. This was the only organization that actually gave me a chance to use what I was learning in the classroom or what I already knew to actually help people.
My favorite part about EWB is obviously traveling and doing hands-on labor. Nothing more thrilling than actually having a chance to work with people in the community, waking up at 6 a.m. as the rooster makes noise, and then we have a community meeting. We're going to plan what we're going to do throughout the day. We do it, and then after a long day's work, we come together and we talk about it and we have fun. And we do games and activities. There's something about working with the community, working with people. I think people want the most cherished resources. And I think me forming a bond with people, especially who are really, really affected by the problems they're having, we as a EWB chapter can assist them and grow personally through this experience. Within the Kenya project, I came at a very interesting time. I was a young freshman, I was very enthusiastic, and the project was in a prime stage where much of the foundation has been done. In that time, basically, we were in the installation phase, so I actually got a chance to see and understand the project scope. In addition to that, we actually built biosand filters. So in 2012, a community of Choimi, called Choimi, in the northern parts of Kenya, contacted EWB requesting help, and EWB contacted our chapter. And that was basically the birth of our Kenya project. And this project, the community needed a clean source of water. They also needed a means to store this clean water. In addition to that, they wanted to basically build an orphanage. Currently in the project stage, we've completed 2 of those tasks. We've actually provided clean water for Choimi. In addition to that, we provided clean sanitary sources to store this water.
Jambo, Karibu, Kenya. My name is Bianca Bailey, and I am president of Engineers Without Borders, Howard University. We're located in Choimi, Kenya, on an implementation trip in which we are installing several biosand filters. This technology will help to purify water and provide clean and safe drinking water for the people of Choimi. It is our hope with this technology that we help to reduce the number of waterborne diseases such as typhoid and cholera. This biosand filter is great because it uses locally available materials.
I joined Engineers Without Borders kind of for the same reason that I decided to become a chemical engineer. I really wanted to apply the knowledge that I learned, not just even to my own country, but to a wide range of all the work that Engineers Without Borders was doing before I joined, like the project that they had in Kenya with building the biosand filters, and it really interested me, and it was something that I wanted to be a part of. Being a team lead means being able to help the team function as a unit, like being in charge of communication, making sure deadlines are met, setting schedules, and keeping everybody on the same page. So the El Salvador project that we're working on right now, we're working with a small community called Agua Caliente, and they came to us asking for help with fluoride problems with their water. So what we are trying to do is provide them with a filter to sustainably filter this water out for as long as they would need it. And we're also looking around for other projects that they might need help with that we can tackle.
The El Salvador initiative was my first actual project that I started in EWB. So I guess you can say that I had a chance to finish a project until the start of the project. This project was in the community of Agua Caliente, which is in the northern parts of El Salvador. Like Kenya, their issues were water-based. So the problem in Agua Caliente basically were fluoride-based. We actually traveled in 2014 to Agua Caliente, where we actually met with community leaders and this was the problem. Basically do what EWB does on its first mission, its first assessment. We assess the conditions. We do, in addition to do engineering work, for example, take data about terrain, about water, we also start to form a relationship with the communities.
We arrived at the airport. Two of the community leaders actually had contracted a van and met us at the airport. That was one of my favorite things about this community in particular, is how invested they clearly were in the project, and they wanted to show us that by cutting our costs for like logistical stuff as much as they could. So for example, we didn't pay for our lodging because they had a house where they let us stay, and then they had a lady who had like a restaurant who cooked for us every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't have to pay for that. So certain things where they could accommodate us, they did, and that was one of the most helpful things that we had on the project, especially from a financial perspective. Historically, our chapter has been very small, composed of less than 20 members at a time. My impact as president, I feel, is that I want to expand our organization not just in numbers, but also in impact. But numbers and impact kind of correlate with each other. So currently we have 40 members in our chapter, which is the largest we've ever had since 2007. And we have a mixture of civil engineers, chemical engineers, mechanicals. We have a student in the School of Communications who is in legal communications. We have a math student, we have a biology student. So we try to make it interdisciplinary without forgoing our engineering students and our engineering curriculum. One of the main challenges that we're facing in expansion is the financial implications of having more members. With more members, we need more projects in order for each member to feel like they're contributing to something important. So with more projects, you have more expenses. And that's really hard for us because every student at Howard University comes to this school and we're all very serious about making an impact, exemplifying our motto of truth and service.
I'd like to take this opportunity to express our thanks from Build a Village on behalf of the Build a Village administration and management, to thank the Engineers Without Borders, Howard University, for their support. They came in this week and we really enjoyed their stay with us. We were able to install 6 filters and 1 water tank. Really, their support is really felt from the community and we really appreciate. We hope that in the future we'll be able to do more, because what is a big need in this area. We probably need to supply clean water to about 900 households, which really depend on the river, which is not very clean water. And so I just want to thank you all for your support and everyone who has given anything in support of this team. I just want to appreciate them and thank you. I wish that we will continue to network in order to help these people. Thank you, Howard University, for sending these people. we really appreciate. Asante sana.
Typical EWB project costs around $25,000. So we pay for these projects with grants, sponsorships from corporations, and student fundraisers. We also get money from the university. Over the past year, fundraisers have raised between $1,000 and $1,500. So what we do is we reach out to companies via faculty members or direct email, and we give them packages that explain the projects that we do and ask them to support. And we also give them a budget of where the money goes and things like that, and ask them to help us contribute. The last year for our trip, we received around $40,000. So recently, we brought 26 new members into our chapter. And this was because we had gotten enough money from corporations and sponsorships, as I mentioned before, and we'd also raised enough money ourselves to bring in new people to travel, and it was great because they had a lot of new ideas that helped us.
The greatest lesson I've learned in EWB, there are many great lessons. I can't actually top one, count one, but one of them would probably be the ability to understand needs of people and to effectively address them.
Most valuable lessons through Engineers Without Borders has been not to be afraid that something will go wrong, because we always have a plan. So I've learned that the most important thing is to go into something having thought about it, talked about it with your team extensively, so that when you're in this situation, you're not caught in the moment thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I think that our chapter needs mentorship on how to sustain projects in high-risk areas. We have had trouble in the past with our projects in Kenya and El Salvador, because obviously the place where EWB is needed most is in a lot of times in countries where there's a lot of tumult and political unrest.
I think EWB-HU University can actually offer a lot of assistance in terms of water purification. We have been known nationally to do a very good job in terms of water purification in Central America and South Africa.
My favorite part about Engineers Without Borders is being able to use the knowledge that I've learned in school to help others, especially those that are less fortunate. I really enjoy the fact that we get to give back to communities who ask for our help.
Thank you, Alcoa.